Ever crack open a brand new business book? You know that feeling? Like you're about to unlock something big, but then you see how much there is to learn.
Yeah, it can be a little overwhelming.
Totally. Like with this virtual assistant business blueprint 2025 thing, it's massive. But that's
Eh,
why we're here, right? To deep dive into this with you
Exactly. We'll break it all
so
down.
you can actually use it. And
That
this blueprint, it seems like they really tried to cover everything.
from A to Z,
Yeah.
mindset, AI, you name it.
Which is exciting, but also, whoa, where do you even start?
Well, a good place to begin, and what this blueprint really emphasizes, is mindset. It's foundational to any successful business, really.
It's true. You could have the best business plan in the world, but if you don't believe in yourself.
Exactly. It's not going to happen. And this blueprint, it doesn't just give you like a quick pep talk. It digs deep into how to rewire your thinking, you know?
It's like they say, whether you think you can or you think you can't.
You're right. And so many of us get caught in those negative thought loops. Am I good enough? What if I fail?
All the time.
Right. But this guide shows you how to dismantle those doubts and replace them with positive affirmations.
So instead of I'm not experienced enough, it's I'm capable and resourceful.
Exactly. It's about shifting your perspective and truly believing in your ability to succeed.
Because when you believe in yourself, other people start to believe in you too.
Absolutely. And that's where having a strong brand comes in, which just so happens to be the next section in this blueprint.
Branding. Okay, so I'll admit, when I hear branding, I think logo design.
Yeah, it's a common misconception.
But this blueprint, they set the record straight. It's way more than just a logo.
It's about crafting a cohesive visual identity that speaks directly to your ideal client.
Okay, so tell me more about that. What do they mean by visual identity?
It's everything from your colors and fonts to the overall aesthetic of your website and marketing materials.
So it's like you wouldn't want to have a super corporate-looking website if you're trying to attract, say, small businesses or something.
Exactly. It needs to resonate with your target audience.
And this is so important because your brand, it's the first impression, right?
Absolutely. It's your chance to make a statement and attract those dream clients.
Okay, so we've got our mindset in check. Our brand is dialed in. What's next on this VA journey?
Well, now it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty of defining your services and, here's the kicker, figuring out your pricing.
Okay, pricing. That's always a tricky one. And it can feel kind of awkward, especially when you're first starting out, right?
Yeah, but this blueprint has a really interesting approach. They talk about finding your zone of genius, those skills you're passionate about and excel at.
Love that. Zone of genius.
And then they introduce this pricing strategy called the Goldilocks effect. Have you heard of it?
The Goldilocks effect? No. Tell me more.
You're so clever. Instead of just throwing out an hourly rate, you offer 3 tiers of service packages.
3 tiers. Okay, I'm intrigued.
So you've got your basic package, your premium package, and then something in the middle. This way, you're catering to different budgets and needs, and it makes the decision-making process easier for your clients.
Because they can see all the options and choose what feels just right for them.
Exactly. It takes the guesswork out of pricing for both of you.
It's like finding the perfect pair of jeans. Not too big, not too small.
Exactly. And speaking of finding the perfect fit, this blueprint, it's all about getting crystal clear on your ideal client.
Okay, so we're not just talking about, like, their age and what industry they're in.
Nope. This goes way deeper. We're talking about creating a full-blown avatar for your ideal client.
An avatar. Okay, I'm picturing something very detailed here.
You got it. Think about their pain points, their aspirations, their biggest dreams, even where they hang out online.
So it's like you're creating a marketing campaign tailored to just one person, which is pretty amazing when you think about it.
Exactly. It's about getting so specific that your message resonates on a deep level.
Because you understand their needs and desires inside and out. No more generic sales pitches.
Exactly. And that leads us to the less glamorous, but oh so important stuff.
The legal and operational side of running a business.
Yep. The stuff that makes your eyes glaze over a bit.
I was just thinking that. But it's important, right? You got to have a solid foundation.
Absolutely. And this blueprint, it breaks down the essentials in a way that's actually easy to understand.
Okay, so tell me more about that. What are some of the key takeaways?
Well, they cover things like choosing the right legal structure, sole proprietorship versus LLC.
Right, got to make sure you're legit from the get-go.
And setting up systems for managing your business.
Systems? Like what? Give me an example.
Think about things like how you track your income and expenses, how you manage your projects, even how you communicate with clients.
So it's about creating processes that streamline your workflow and make your life easier.
Exactly. And what I really appreciate is that they emphasize the importance of setting clear boundaries with clients right from the start.
Boundaries, yes. That's something a lot of us struggle with, especially when we're eager to please.
It's so true. And this blueprint, it provides actual scripts for handling those tricky conversations, like when a client asks for something outside the scope of your agreement.
Those could be tough to navigate, especially when you're just starting out. Having those scripts would be a game changer
Right. It's all about setting those expectations up front and knowing your worth.
because you deserve to be compensated fairly for your time and expertise.
Absolutely. And speaking of deserving things, this blueprint, they're big on self-care too.
Self-care. Okay, yes.
Yeah,
Because it's so easy to get caught up in the hustle and burn ourselves out.
it's true. They talk about the importance of time management and setting boundaries, even, wait for it, taking vacations.
Vacations, as in like stepping away from the laptop and actually enjoying life.
Exactly. They emphasize that taking breaks is essential for long-term success and preventing burnout.
Because you can't pour from an empty cup, right?
Exactly. You need to take care of yourself so you can take care of your business.
Makes sense. So we've got our mindset, our brand, our legal and operational stuff, our self-care routine. What else is there?
Well, now it's time to talk about actually getting clients and, more importantly, getting paid.
The money stuff.
This blueprint goes deep into closing deals and building those client relationships that turn into long-term partnerships.
Okay, so it's not just about sending a proposal and hoping for the best.
Nope. They break it down into a step-by-step process, from crafting compelling proposals to handling objections with confidence.
So it's like they give you the tools and the scripts to have those conversations without feeling awkward or pushy.
Exactly. It's about communicating your value clearly and confidently. And here's where things get really interesting.
Oh, do
They dive headfirst into the world of AI and how it's changing the game for virtual assistants.
AI. It's everywhere these days, but how does it apply to being a VA?
In so many ways, the blueprint talks about using AI to streamline your workflows, automate tasks.
Okay, so it's like having a virtual assistant for your virtual assistant business.
Exactly. It can free up your time so you can focus on higher level tasks that require that human touch.
That's incredible. It's like having a superpower.
Right. And they also talk about using AI to enhance your skills, personalize your client communication, and even create new service offerings.
So it's not just about replacing humans with robots, it's about using AI as a tool to enhance our capabilities and create even more value.
Exactly.
So we've talked about using AI to like boost our productivity and free up our time. But what about, the bottom line, the financial side of running a VA business?
Right. Because at the end of the day, we got to get paid.
Exactly. And this blueprint, I was pleasantly surprised, they actually dedicate a whole section to this.
They really do a good job of breaking it down in a way that's approachable and easy to understand.
Which is huge because I feel like a lot of times we, as creatives, we shy away from the money stuff.
Totally. But this blueprint, it empowers you to take control of your finances and make smart decisions for your business.
So like what kind of things do they cover? Give me the highlights.
Well, for starters, they talk about the importance of tracking your income and expenses.
Okay, that makes sense. You can't manage what you don't measure, right?
Exactly. And they give you different methods for doing this, whether you prefer spreadsheets or apps.
I'm definitely an app person myself.
Me too.
Mm.
And then they dive into creating professional invoices that actually get you paid on time.
Ooh, invoice psychology. Because there's an art to it, right?
Absolutely. They talk about everything from using clear language to highlighting payment terms.
So there's no room for misinterpretation.
Exactly. And they even tackle the, shall we say, less than fun topic of dealing with unpaid invoices.
Ugh, the dreaded unpaid invoice. It happens to the best of us.
Right. But they give you strategies for handling those situations with grace and professionalism.
Because you deserve to be paid for the work you do.
Absolutely. And speaking of things we have to deal with as business owners, taxes.
Oh, yes. Taxes. Everyone's favorite topic.
Not exactly.
Right.
But this blueprint does a good job of demystifying it all. They walk you through everything from understanding your tax obligations to setting up a system for tracking expenses.
So you're not scrambling come tax season.
Exactly. And they even highlight potential deductions specific to VAs.
Deductions, like write-offs.
Yep. Things you might not even realize you can deduct, which can save you money in the long run.
I love saving money. But it's probably a good idea to double check with an actual accountant, right? Just to be safe.
Absolutely. This blueprint provides a great overview but it's always smart to consult with a qualified professional for personalized advice.
Okay, good to know. So we've covered a ton of ground in this deep dive. I mean, from branding to AI to taxes. But I think the most important takeaway and what this blueprint really drives home is that none of it matters if you're not taking care of yourself.
Couldn't agree more. It's so easy to get caught up in the hustle and forget about our own well-being.
Right. Like, what's the point of having a successful business if you're completely burnt out and miserable?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this blueprint, they're big on self-care. They even dedicate a whole section to it.
Because it's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter and taking care of yourself in the process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They talk about setting boundaries, prioritizing your mental and physical health, and even, wait for it, taking vacations.
Vacations, as in actually stepping away from the laptop and enjoying life.
Yep. They emphasize that taking breaks is crucial for preventing burnout and staying inspired.
Because when you're feeling refreshed and recharged, you're able to show up as your best self in all areas of your life.
Absolutely. And isn't that what it's all about? Creating a business and a life that you love.
Totally. It's about finding that balance, that sweet spot where you're both successful and fulfilled.
And this Virtual Assistant Business Blueprint 2025, it gives you the tools and the inspiration to do just that.
I'm inspired. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from all of this?
I would say don't be afraid to dream big.
Yeah.
This blueprint is your roadmap, your guide, your virtual cheerleader.
And remember, you don't have to do it alone. There's a whole community of amazing VAs out there ready to support you every step of the way.
So go out there, build that VA business of your dreams, and create a life you love.
You got this.
We believe in you.